Let's bring on board our technical analyst as of now. And on the show now, we are welcoming Rohit Srivastava, who is the founder and strategist at indiacharts.com. Rohit, thank you so much, as always, for joining in with us on the show. And Rohit, what has been is that the markets have suddenly seen a sharp fall coming in. Monday, look at the fall that we saw. Today, also, it's been very muted in terms of the benchmark indices. What is your view on the charts? Do you think that, we could see a further more fall actually coming in for the benchmark indices at least?
So my sense is that markets have weakened on daily and weekly time frames. We are seeing sell signals on momentum indicators for the key indices, and what that really means is that we are right now in the process of breaking the 20-week average. Once we do that, once we start staying below the 19,400 mark, which we are doing now for quite a while, then I think we are headed towards 18,900 to 18,800. So that's going to be the next level that we are going to be watching for. Possibly could happen in the next couple of days. The way it is moving right now, we'll watch till Friday or Monday the current action. Simultaneously, we're also looking at similar weakness happening in maybe global equities, even though they did bounce overnight. The overall trend doesn't reverse by a one-day move, because entire of last week, I think you were seeing a decline in US equities. So unless we really see a reversal in these trends, we should be looking for further downside. That is the starting point.
Sure. Also, Rohit, let's just talk about some of these metal names, right? What is the view on the Nifty Metal today? They have been a bit in focus. Nifty Metal is among the top sectoral gainers as well today. How are you looking at Nifty Metal, and anything exciting looking over here in the as an individual stock then?
So the metal index, so it's been both ways. If I actually look at an entire year, it was not a great performer. Uh, Today's bounce will just look like after a 4-day fall, you've got some intraday move, which has possibly not even crossed the 20 or 40-hour averages. So it's that smaller bounce overall. It may appear like a major gainer in percentage terms, but on the broader landscape, it's just a minor pullback in what is a further an overall downtrend, I think, now that has started for the sector. So very similar to what I said on the Nifty, the daily and weekly setups on the metal index, both our momentum indicators, the Rohit momentum indicator that we use, are in sell mode on both time frames. On the monthly chart, we did have a rally, up to the upper end. The mid range is somewhere around 6,500 for the Nifty Metal Index. So that's what we'll watch out for. Do we really get a pullback to 6,500, and then again, will that level really break? We may even on the weekly level, it's somewhere between 6,340 to around 6,150. That's the range of support for the Nifty Metal Index.
Okay, so that's about the Nifty Metal Index. But Rohit, wanted your take regarding the small cap and the mid cap index specifically, if we can talk about that. Do you expect to see a further worsening of the crack?
I think so. What we saw on Monday was a cut in the mid and small caps after a pretty long period of time. In fact, the mid cap index broke a multi-week low and then headed lower. So I think this is the first time we're actually seeing a serious correction since prices started to rally from the March bottom. And it may not look like complete, because even if I just go to the 20-week average, say for the Nifty small cap index, that is close to around the 12,000 mark, and we currently are at around 12,500. So that's another 500 points lower for the Nifty small cap index. So yeah, I think we're not done here. In fact, the small cap index is corrected slightly less than the mid cap. So there's still more room for the small caps to correct relative to the mid caps also.
Right. Rohit, I also want to understand some of these movers today in trade, whether you look at something like Interglobal Aviation, how is that looking like on the chart? Seems like, we've seen some pace pick up in Interglobal Aviation. Is there anything technically that we're getting in terms of an indication here?
hard to say. It's not something which is on top of my mind. I cannot really make a recommendation on the stock. But what I can see is, I mean, it rallied up, it's pulled back. The question is, will it really break the previous low? The previous low that it made, what I can see is 2,333, the low of September. The question becomes, will we break that? Because if you break that, then it would be a signal of further weakness. We will watch that. If that really happens, I don't really have a view on the stock as such.
Taken. Thanks so much, Rohit, nonetheless, for joining us and at least talking to us about your view at the index level, because, of course, the mid cap and small caps are seeing a bit of a crack and important levels discussed for Nifty and Nifty Bank.